enjoy prisms because they break down a beam of white light into its component parts. Today, I'll introduce you to EvidaSolve's Ism-Prism, a tool to separate the sweeping generalization into its components. A sweeping generalization is a label used to denote, depict, or describe every member of a large, diverse group based on a single characteristic, such as organization type, race, or nationality. Or we may use a sweeping generalization to speak of the ists, such as the racists, or sexists, or ageists. Today, however, we're lucky to have an IsmPrism at our disposal. So let's make use of it and look more closely at the spectrum of ists. Ready to get started? At one end of the spectrum is the internalized ist, a member of a marginalized group who has accepted the negative societal beliefs and stereotypes about themselves and their group. Internalized ism manifests itself in patterns of thought and behavior that result in discrimination, minimization, criticism, fault-finding, or invalidation of oneself or one's own culture while simultaneously valuing the dominant culture. Next on the spectrum is the intentional exist. This is someone from a dominant group who believes the other to be inferior and therefore undeserving of equal rights or opportunities. Intentional exists have no compunction about overt exist speech, actions, and behavior. Third on the spectrum are closet exists. They share the same core beliefs as intentional exists, but refrain from overt expression of such beliefs due to the societal pressure, organizational expectations, or other external factors. Instead, closet exism manifests in positions of power, authority, and decision-making as the active promotion of policies and processes that perpetuate systemic exism. Next, we meet the unintentional exist. In principle, the unintentional exist believes that all people should have equal rights and opportunities. They value the concepts of equality and equity. However, because they have limited or complete lack of significant interaction with the marginalized group, they have a poor understanding of their circumstances, experiences, and challenges. Behaviors and actions of unintentional exists may come across as microaggressions. Additionally, policies and processes created and enacted by the unintentional exist are usually well-meaning but misguided and ineffective. Fifth on the spectrum is the performative ally, an individual from the dominant group who proclaims their support of and solidarity with the marginalized group. However, their words and actions are either unhelpful to the group or actively harms the group. A performative ally is an ally only when it is easy, convenient, and does not involve personal or professional risk. Intentional allies are individuals from the dominant group who not only value the principles of equity and equality, they actively seek to meet, engage with, work with, and understand the marginalized groups. In other words, they put their money where their mouth is. However, because they experience society and the world differently from the marginalized groups, their blind spots may impact the efficacy of the recommendations and policies if they're created without input from diverse sources. Finally, we have the true allies, individuals who may have begun their journey elsewhere on the spectrum, but through intentional effort and empathy have developed a deep understanding of the circumstances, experiences, and challenges of the marginalized group. They embrace allyship along with all its complexity and difficulties, and value it enough to embed it in every part of their personal, professional, and social lives.